So, as I said, I'm really bad at drawing animals. Well, I tried to draw a sheep. This actually looks like a mutant tortoise, to be honest. And I think goats have tails. Okay, there's a goat. Okay, now we have two sorts of biological assets. We have bearer biological assets, and we have consumable biological assets. Right now, I can't draw multiple goats, so there's one goat in a box. No, not that I'm encouraging you to keep them in but really there are multiple goats. During the year, what happens? By the time you get to the end of the year, you've still got the goat, badly drawn goat. I'm not even going to try to draw this well, because I know it's shit. Keeps looking like a turd. Okay, so you've got, and you may actually have more goats, right? If you've got a bearer biological asset, so we're talking about biological assets here, what happens is, with a bearer one, you're not killing it or destroying it to create the agricultural produce. So the animal or the tree keeps existing, and at some stage, you separate from it a harvest. So you take its production. So in the case of a goat, it'd probably be a container of milk. Sorry, I'm Polish, and my family comes from southern Poland, and in southern Poland, smoked goat's cheese is awesome. So that's why I'm doing the whole goat's cheese thing, because I just love it. But smoked, no. Oh, shit. It's not smoked goat's cheese. It's smoked sheep's cheese. Oh, sorry, hang on. Okay, those are now sheep. Apologies to my afternoon class who heard me talking about goats. Okay, so that's a bearer biological asset. A consumable biological asset would basically work the same way, and I'm not going to try to draw animals anymore. So I should have drawn trees, they're easy to draw. Okay, so consumable biological asset is one where to create the agricultural produce, you actually destroy the asset. Okay, so they're meant to be bits of wood. Okay. However, if you've got a bunch of trees, at the end, you're still going to have some trees, you're just not going to have the same ones. So you're still going to have an asset, even though you've destroyed some of them. Okay, so the accounting issue for both of these things is the same. The accounting issue is, how do you record the biological asset at the beginning? Actually, let's just put a question mark there. How do you record the biological asset at the end? Okay, in both cases. And how do you deal with the harvest? Right, now, when you harvest a resource, whether it's wood or milk, after you've harvested, this standard isn't concerned, because after you've harvested, it's inventory. And so there's a standard for inventory. So the only thing we're worried about is what do we do at the time of harvest? How do we record that separation? Okay, so that's the third question. How do we record the harvest? Now this standard is really cool because the answer is consistent. The answer to all of those questions is fair value less point of sale cost. Sorry, fair value less cost to sell. So that's a number we've seen before, right? It's part of a recoverable amount calculation. So we've seen that. Oh, by the way, I forgot to draw a tree in that second box. Now that I know I'm so cool at drawing trees, I think in future I'll do trees. Okay, so that's basically the question. How do we record it? The answer is going to be fair value less point of sale cost.